Hi, everyone. Welcome to a special lockdown edition of Filipino Time. And we are here with our first repeat guest, Mr. Lester Yao of Washington Watches. Hi, Lester. How are you?
Hey Francis, how are you? Thanks for having me.
I hope your family is safe. I hope things are good with you.
Yeah, we're okay naman. Just stuck here at home doing the quarantine. I hope you are safe too.
Thank you. Yeah, same. We're also quarantining. Well, today we're going to talk about, it's September 1. So, as every Rolex fan knows, it's the release date of all the new 2020 models. And we'll talk a little bit about the watch industry, now that we're in this pandemic. No? But before we start, can we do a wrist check, Lester? What do you have on today?
This is a GMT Fat Lady. It's a
Wow.
16760. I just this is fairly new to me. I got this from a collector. He was trying to unload one of his GMTs. So and it happened to be my birth year, and
Oh,
it
wow.
it came complete with a box and the official papers. So I
Wow.
sayang eh, di ba? Once
Yeah,
in a
lucky
lifetime.
find.
So it has a really nice patina too. So
Oh, yeah, and very even, no? Very even.
that's true. And then it came factory with the Jubilee bracelet. So that's quite rare also for the fat lady.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
a birth year piece, and then this certain model is very significant for Rolex, di ba?
Yes.
Parang it's one of many firsts for Rolex. Like it's a first GMT Master 2.
Yes.
It's the first GMT that had the sapphire crystal.
Yes.
It's the first one that you can the hour hand runs separately with the arrow marker. And what else? Ano ba first nito? First Coke. This is the first Coke.
Yeah, the first Coke bezel. Very
Yeah,
important.
very important. So I love this. Really nice watch. Really good.
Congrats on the purchase.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, today I'm gonna match my Daytona hat with 116520. So
Oh, very.
my favorite, and not one daily, but the one I use the most. No? So to match the hat today.
Pwede rin ng daily at home while quarantining. Be safer
Actually,
to wear.
mahirap at home. No, when you're rotating watches at home, it's a bit difficult to always, because you have to rotate or else everything stops.
Yes, yes, yes. Pwede man one for lunch, one for dinner. Yan. One for breakfast. Pwede.
Well, the nice thing about the Daytona is there's no date, so I don't have to worry about setting the date. The GMT
Yeah,
Master is a hassle to set the date.
yeah, that's true, that's true. Totoo yan.
Well, moving forward, so of course, with COVID-19, it's affected everyone from their personal lives to, of course, the business life. How's business? How are things with the watch industry now?
Well, actually, it's not that good. The trend now is with the mid-level watches, maybe
I
with
see.
price ranges around 50,000 to up to 100. So
I
the
see.
demographic of the market there are parang delay na nila yung purchase, I think, because now I think medyo mahirap talaga yung economy. On the
Yeah.
other hand, if your brand is Rolex or maybe same higher range watches, maybe wala namang gaanong problem. The buying power is still the same. And
Yes.
then we did get to experience yung what they call the revenge buying last July.
Okay, what's revenge buying?
Well, some people, no, when they got quarantined, they didn't know what to do with their money, and then they went window online shopping. So once quarantine was lifted, gigil na gigil, di ba? They rushed the shops. I think it happened around the world. I think in Kuwait there were lines for Rolex pa nga, di ba?
Yeah, well, I know that you're not allowed to talk about pricing and whatnot, but I definitely have seen a trend in the secondary markets that the prices have either held or in some cases tumaas pa nga eh. So that was
Really?
quite surprising to me.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, good for the collectors, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So also I know that Rolex stopped production when quarantine hit Switzerland. Are they still shut down now for the factories?
No, I think now they're in full force. They stopped production only for maybe 2 months, 2 to 3 months.
Oh, okay. So
But
very quick.
then they are Rolex and they're Swiss people, so I guess they recover quickly, unlike here in Manila.
Ah, yeah. Sad to say, no? Sad to say. Well, speaking of the new releases, well, let's start first with the big news. It's the Submariner, 41 mm. So I think most of the people online and most of the enthusiasts were expecting a blue Submariner, and well, we got it. But the Kermit actually was a little bit of a surprise. I mean, very few people said that there would be a new Kermit.
Yeah, actually, I just came from Rolex this morning, and then they had a sample of the watches to try out. Actually, the 41 mm isn't that bad. It's if I should say, it's much more elegant, and it's much more wearable than before.
Well, obviously seen an actual one in front of me, but in the pictures it looks like the crown guards are smaller and the lugs are actually narrower. So
Yes,
they're back to that sexy, even though it's a bigger case, it has that sexy look of the older case designs.
yes. They made all the calculations and the measurements. So when it wears, it just wears the same as the previous models of the Submariner, the 116610.
I
So
see, I see.
I think it's much more clear if you think about it because of the dial size, 41 mm. So I think it's the
For the
readability.
models, right?
I'm sorry.
Especially for the date models, right? It makes legibility better.
Yes, yes, especially for the date models. And good news, the Kermit is back. A lot of
Yeah.
people would want to have that watch, but then a lot of people missed the opportunity and doesn't want to pay, I don't know, the secondary market price for a vintage.
That's
So at
right.
least now,
And it replaces the Hulk. So the Hulk is officially discontinued for now.
yes, the old 11610 LV, the green one, is
Yes.
discontinued, along with the blue white gold version, what they call
Okay.
the Smurf. It's discontinued also, and everything is updated. That the Rolex models, the blue and the
Yeah.
black one, will be in 41 mm also, and
Yes.
the sub will be in 41 mm.
When do you expect to have these arrive in because I'm sure your phone is already ringing. I'm sure that the waiting lists are already in the hundreds. So when are the first batches arriving, do you think?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the first batch will arrive October this year, so
Okay.
it's gonna,
Very soon.
yeah, really soon, really soon.
I'm sure it's sold out already.
No, I haven't sold anything yet. It's not sold out. But, hopefully, we don't get sold out. Hopefully, we'll get a lot of allocation for it, so we can supply the demand.
I mean, I'm sure the demand is gonna be very, very big.
Yeah, yeah. The acceptance of the market with the new Submariners is really well.
That's great. That's great. And then of course the yellow gold, the all blue. I
Okay.
guess it's the new Smurf. Parang I think we're gonna start calling it the Papa Smurf because it's the yellow
Tapos
gold.
for Wonder Woman, whatever.
Wonder Woman.
These names, they usually, from my experience, after maybe a week, you'll get new names for everything. It's fun.
Which one would you? Of course, I'm sure you would love to. Like everyone would love to have all. But of the four of them, which one would you personally have to have?
Now for me, the Kermit 2.0, because
Oh,
I had the original one, and
yeah.
doesn't get a lot of wrist time anymore because I'm so scared that it'll get more scratches. So it's more of a safe queen right now. So I get one, and then that I can use every day.
Well, the other one is the Sky Dweller. I think most people were not expecting the Sky Dweller to have an update because we just got an update with the steel models, right? But they did the Daytona where they put the precious metals on the Oyster Flex.
True, true, true. I think it makes a lot of sense because previous models was the Sky Dweller you can get in leather.
Yes, that's
So
right.
yeah, so nowadays a lot of people prefers the Oyster Flex more because it's so comfortable. It's easier to wear.
Yeah.
So it a lot of sense that Rolex already offered the Sky Dweller in that Oyster Flex strap. Okay, it's actually an almost new watch because the case was modified so that it can fit the Oyster Flex strap. The end links is a bit shorter.
Like what they did with the Daytona.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly.
I see.
So
I
for
see.
people that's wondering, you can't mix and match. Like for example, you got a steel Sky Dweller and you want to put an Oyster Flex, you can do that.
I see. Well, I know that personally, I think that it makes sense that the precious metals get the Oyster Flex to offset the weight.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So the other really interesting one for me, and I find this just as interesting as Submariner, honestly, is the Oyster Perpetuals, all the different colors. It's so cute.
Yeah, the new 41 millimeter Oyster Perpetual it's like how do I say it? A summer collection maybe for Rolex.
That's right. I mean, honestly, I think I will miss the 39 but I understand why they did the 41. It makes sense to me because you have the 36, then you jump to the 41, right? But I love the colors. I actually not. I especially like the green. I think it looks really, really good for the Oyster Perpetual.
The Tiffany green or the racing green, like the Aston Martin racing green. Which
Aston
one of them?
Martin green.
Aston.
That's the one. The one that looks like this.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, Rolex from time to time, I noticed that they put out a collection like that. Like before, we had the Daytona Beach collection,
Yeah,
and
that's
then they
right. Right.
always pink, turquoise, yellow, and eventually, if you're an avid collector, it's really nice to collect.
Yes, agreed. And also, I think Rolex has been very serious in the sense that they're very they're the reputation of Rolex is extremely well made, over engineered. You know, form follows function. It's nice to have for them to have something fun that you can wear casually, or in shorts, or not be too serious about it.
Yes, that's true. And no one saw it coming.
No, I agree. Like, I was having a conversation with another friend, and we were saying, how Rolex is they're a bit strict, they're a bit serious. It's very rare for them to show, this fun side, and when they do, I think it's a really nice surprise.
That's true. That's true.
Well, the last part of the last one is the Datejust. No, I think the 31 just had a couple of variations. The purple with the diamonds, and then
Yes,
and
actually,
white.
they got color dials. I think it's a dark gray for the Roman, and
Yes.
the olive green, similar to the olive green of the 60th anniversary day date. It has
Mhm.
a really nice shade, so they use that also in the Datejust 31. Really nice, really nice.
And I think the Datejust, I think it was not, was it just 3 or 4 years ago when they came up with the 41 Datejust, right? So it kind of makes sense that the Oyster Perpetual follows the Datejust sizing.
Yes, yes, that's true, that's true.
So what are the sizes now? So 28,
The
31,
just 8,
34.
36, and 41.
There you go. So from small to big, there's a really nice range of sizes for everyone to wear.
Same with the professional watches. So now you have the 39 Explorer, 40 GMT, 41 Sub, 43 Sea
Yeah.
Dweller, 44 Deep Sea. So
Yeah.
one for all shapes and sizes.
Actually, I'm happy with the bigger. Actually, I'm very happy with the 41 because I have a very big wrist. Let's just leave it big wrist. Wag na lang the other descriptions. Big wrist lang. So yeah, I agree. It's very nice to see all the different variation. Are there anything? Is there any other announcements from Rolex for the usually kasi we would expect these new models to be released in April, May when Baselworld happens, right? And now it's September. Usually by this time, we're actually, the enthusiasts anyway, we're actually already guessing what's up for 2021. Will Rolex still release new models for 2021, or is this going to be sort of like carried over to next year?
Well, they have their own expo in April
Okay,
with their group. So I'm sure they will be releasing some more.
I see. Something new.
Yeah, something new.
Hopefully Coke GMT, which is something that, like your fat lady, that's something
Yep.
I think all fans were hoping for since they saw the Pepsi come out a few years ago. I think everyone's been hoping for a Coke. You think Coke is next?
I don't know. Make it 41 as well, and then call it the fatter lady. Maybe
Pwede. I like that, the fatter lady.
fatter lady.
Well, let's put Rolex aside for a bit because I know that Washington is more than just Rolex, no? Um,
Yes.
I if I remember right in the previous discussion, you were saying you're gonna add more brands to to the product lineup. What do you guys have in the future, or what do you guys have
Actually,
planned?
recently acquired the distribution rights with the Grand Seiko.
Oh wow!
So
Congratulations.
yeah, thanks. So right now we're renovating our shop in Shangri-La. It will be one nice Grand Seiko AD as well.
I see. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank
So
you.
along with Rolex, Two Door, Grand Seiko, what else? What else are you carrying now?
The Oris, Nomos. Nomos is doing good.
No, yeah,
Not,
I like the I really like their designs. The
yeah,
Autobahn is my favorite.
yes, that's true.
Well, that's great. That's great. So we expect these new Rolex models jumping back now. We expect them around October for the entire line, or will it be rolled out, one by one?
Maybe one by one, I guess.
Okay.
But they told us it's gonna be the entire line, but with Rolex and the allocation, so we wouldn't know for sure.
I see. Well, I agree with you. I hope they give you a lot of stock. I hope they give you a lot of allocation
I hope so to
because
make more people happy
yes,
and
that's
then
right. Everyone will
they
be
can
happier.
safe and happier. So
That's right. That's right. Well, I think that's we've covered the all the new releases. Is there any other news on your end that you'd like to share with us?
uh actually no, I'm still busy with all these inquiries with the new models. So
That's a good problem, right?
that's always a good problem. Yes.
All right. Well, our first repeat invitee. Thanks for
Thank you,
coming out. You're the first with 2 episodes.
wow. I hope people won't get tired of watching us talk about.
I hope not. I think as long as you keep bringing in more allocation, I think people will keep watching.
I hope so too. I hope I can do that.
Thanks a lot, Lester. And thanks to everyone who's out there watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We really enjoyed discussing these new watches coming out. If you have any comments, please put them in the comments below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any comments for Lester, we'll pass on your questions, but we can't guarantee that he can answer all of them with all of the inquiries he's taking now. And please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and we'll keep making it for you. So everyone, please stay safe. Lester, thanks again. Please stay safe.
Bye
And
bye.
yeah, and bye everyone. I hope that we get through this pandemic very soon. Take care.